Nurua Worimi Guri. Nurua means I am, Worimi is the nation, and Guri is man. So we're in Worimi country, obviously. We're in the Gloucester Valley, or Buchan. Buchan's the whole valley, that means the family. You've got the Morganai on the women's side, where they have fresh water running in the Avon River. You have different bits of water coming down out of the mountain in wells, where it's women's hygiene as well as birthing. We have the buckets to the west. The buckets is a men's initiation site. All the nations from around to come to Gloucester because it was a gathering area. They'd have their initiations on top of the buckets, and then they come back into Gloucester for song and dance or corroborees.
We're in Gloucester, New South Wales at our third Sustainable Futures Conference, and it's been an amazing day, starting with the Wangjarri dances and the Welcome to Country.
Hello everybody, my name is Jeremy, we're my band. And as the dancers come amongst you with the gum leaves, they are spiritually and physically cleansing the side of the around you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm known as Uncle Ken. I'm an elder, a local Worimi man, and on behalf of the Worimi elders and the Gloucester Aboriginal people, I'd like to welcome you to Worimi country, the home of my ancestors.
We had Leanne Howard and Michail give a fantastic overview about the Uluru Statement from the Heart and the key issues of health, especially mental health.
And then there's cultural risk factors, so things around loss of language, loss of traditional roles, connection to country. Most of these risk factors do centre in on connection to country and the loss of that.
And the interesting feedback from Uluru Statement from the Heart group was that they felt that the truth-telling needed to be at local level. It needs to come from the grassroots. Truth-telling is obviously different all around the country.
And we also had some wonderful young Indigenous people from Gloucester, Sky Apthorpe, who's just amazing.
I love this community. I love everything in it, all the people, all the support that I have here. Years ago, I would never have seen myself standing on this stage.
And we had Will Bowden, who's a young student from Gloucester High School, sang the most incredible song.
What an almighty sight to see, and I'm wishing on a postcard that you were here with me.
It was also really wonderful to have Peter Cody and also Glenn Jonas from Tide, from the Taree area, and they talked about the Ranger program and how much it meant to them to care for country.
Indigenous people have long held cultural and traditional responsibilities to protect and manage their land and sea country. By undertaking natural restoration programs, our Aboriginal Rangers are taking part in preserving our spiritual and cultural connection. Maintaining this connection is vital to passing on knowledge, Dreamtime stories and Indigenous identity to future generations, as it has been passed down from our ancestors to us.
Very proud of Julie, everybody, the groundswell mob that stopped Rocky Hill, that fought Rocky Hill and won.
And the session of walking together of First People's Heart was truly outstanding and very emotional.
When you put a big black hole in the ground, not only are you taking the artefacts, which is bad enough, but you take your whole culture, you can never go back. Oh, you've got this big hole here, it feels like someone's pulled your stomach out.
Australia Remade, they're an organisation made up of over 200 civil groups in our society, and we were just so blown away by what Australia Remade is about, the 9 pillars, the ethics, the ethos, that we thought we'd actually use that framework for this, our third Sustainable Futures Convention, and it's been absolutely amazing.
Because how do we learn more about where we are, and how do we reach a shared consensus about what we need to do if we don't spend time together learning from each other, learning each other's stories, building a shared analysis, building a shared set of relationships of trust.
Without Indigenous reconciliation, without acknowledgement of the Uluru Statement from the Heart, and without full participation for Indigenous peoples within all of our legislation, every aspect of our society, we don't move on as a nation. And it was so important, especially for this particular convention, that we had that strong thread right throughout, just showing why it is so important to have not only that recognition, but show that respect and the honesty and truthfulness that as a nation we're not doing very well in that space, and we need to totally honour and do a lot better for our First Nations people.